if the system is not working, it's possible that the rapid shutdown button has not been disengaged, or that it's been accidentally pressed. So let's go look at what that looks like on the screen, and then I'll tell you how to remedy that. So if you remember our lesson from before, green is good, white is okay, and red is bad. So in this scenario, the inverter is saying, I don't have permission to operate, and so therefore I can't get any power from DC, and I can't output any AC power, and my batteries and my car charger aren't doing anything, but I am connected to the internet. So if you looked at the app, you would see that's recorded as a rapid shutdown fault, which is perfect. It's doing the exact right thing. So if you see those two lit up red, then all we're going to do is come over here and we're going to gently rotate the rapid shutdown button. And if you give it a few minutes, then the system should fully engage and everything should go back to green and blue. If you're troubleshooting, I don't have power, and you see on these screens the rapid shutdown button isn't the issue, you've already tried that, then you've got a couple of options. First one, call us. We have a hotline for these types of issues. We also know people like to be self-sufficient. So I'm going to walk you through the two things I would check. So first thing would be in this electrical panel. I know it looks real crazy if you open that, but it's the same as any other electrical panel. If you see any breakers tripped, it's possible that you plugged something in that tripped a breaker. So I would check your breakers. If you're plugged into a series of outside receptacles, I would reset your GFCIs. I don't know what you guys are plugging into. It might be some old equipment that has tripped either a breaker or a GFCI. If things aren't working and you've already looked at your breakers, you've already looked at your GFCIs, you're confident the rapid shutdown button isn't accidentally pressed, then it's time for the first thing that tech support recommends across the world, turning it off and turning it back on. So what you're going to do with this maneuver here is on the left side, this is a little decorative cover, just lift straight up. And then you should be able to set that to a side. You won't need to remove this. I'll do that just so it's easier to see. But a similar thing, just lift. And you'll notice there's a DC switch and a red button. First thing you want to do is turn the DC switch off, and then you're going to go perform the same maneuver with the other stack, if so equipped. This one will be a little bit harder to see, but DC switched off. And then what I'm going to do on both of these inverters is press and hold that red button. So press and hold until I hear a relay click. You guys hear that relay click? I'm going to do the same thing on the other inverter. Okay, now you guys see on the screens, there's nothing there and there's nothing there. That means the system is off. We're going to give it 15, 30 seconds, let the capacitors bleed, take a time for a breathing exercise, and then we'll turn things back on. After you finish breathing, then what you're going to do is turn your switches back on. So DC switch to the on position on both inverters. And this time you're going to hold those red buttons until they turn on, until you hear a series of relay clicks. It usually takes about 20 seconds. Okay, that was way quicker. You can see that spinning light, and that means good stuff is happening. We're going to repeat that same maneuver on the other inverter. And then we're just going to let it come to life. Usually takes a few minutes, but by the end of this process, you should see green or blue or white everywhere, and you should have power. Now we can see on our inverter screens, we're connected to the internet, producing solar, charging our batteries, have good AC output power, and have our EV DC charger ready to go. So we are back to functioning. If this didn't work, the next step is to call us. If it's a real emergency, call 911 and get away from there.